We're here with Marinos from Anyone. Marinos is originally from Greece. Has a master's in computer engineering from Carnegie Mellon University. And can you tell us about this app that you're currently creating?
Yeah, so anyone lets you ask anyone around you a question. So it can be anything like anyone can dog sit for me, or anyone have a hammer that I could borrow, or anyone at Starbucks have a MacBook Pro charger. So you get to pick the distance, and only people within that distance get to see your anyone.
So not to be cliche, it's like Uber for services, kind of?
A little bit of the Uber model, because you can restrict the location. But basically, it's an app that lets you get stuff done by tapping into this network of New Yorkers all around you, and potentially also get to meet some cool people, because people in this city are such strangers to each other, and we need these kinds of serendipitous moments where you get to meet someone outside of your social circle, outside of your kind of regular little friend bubbles where everyone has like the same kind of background, like everyone studied the same stuff, everyone like works at the same industry and all that stuff. So our goal potentially is to kind of try to create those serendipitous moments where you get to meet people from all kinds of backgrounds.
Okay, so say somebody brings an old Mac charger and it's not the new Mac charger. I mean, is there a transaction fee to meet up with this person or not yet? How is it going to work?
So basically what we're doing is we're set up like a protocol, so kind of like Twitter, where we're not forcing people to use it in a specific way other than asking a question to people around them. But we actually so you can actually give a reward to users that are helpful. And so let's say I'm at a coffee shop and I'm coding, I'm in the middle of the zone, and I ran out of battery, and statistically there's someone in that Starbucks that does have a MacBook charger, but like things are so weird these days. You're not just gonna walk around and be like, hey, do you have a charger? Do you have a charger? But statistically, there is someone in that Starbucks or in very close proximity that does. So we basically just try to connect these people. So yeah.
So I have anyone, you have anyone, I need a MacBook charger. So I'm going to get a notification, someone in your area needs a MacBook charger. Do you have it?
It's actually a pull-based model, so you would just look at your local timeline. So wherever you go, you get different kind of anyones, because different anyones are restricted to specific areas. So as you move around, new anyones pop up and old anyones go away.
So your social network is kind of who's right around you at the moment.
Exactly, yeah.
Everybody's your friend. Okay.
Yeah, and just to address the thing you were talking about the charger. So what we actually do is we let you reward the other person. So you can give them a little thank you badge, and that gives them a certain number of points. So you can gather points, and obviously the users with more points are more reliable.
Can you buy more points if you wanted to get a lot of favors done?
You can't really buy points. So that we don't handle transactions right now, but it's basically, let's say someone was helpful to you either in a monetary way or they just did a good deed for you. It's a way to reward them and to kind of create a good curated community of people in this app. So it's not like Craigslist where you can get a random person who might respond and they might not even live in the same state you're in, and they might be like responding to a post about a futon that you're selling. So it's basically like what we did is we basically took the Craigslist model and we fitted it into how it should work in 2015. So
that makes a lot more sense.
So we try to take care of the whole experience, give you a very easy way to find people around you that can do things for you, and also to kind of curate this community. We show you mutual friends you have with the other person. So some of our test users actually discovered that they had a bunch of mutual friends with their neighbor, and they didn't even know their neighbor. Like, I don't know my neighbors. New York is a very isolated city, and so we really believe that there is a huge value when people from different backgrounds can come together. And so it's really those serendipitous moments that are life-changing. And so if we can facilitate that a little bit in a way that's not extremely confined to something like Tinder, we would be very happy.
Yeah, I remember I posted on my Facebook, well, I got 3,000 friends, I'm kind of social. I said, does anyone want to go skateboarding? And the only people that said yes were in New Jersey. And I thought that wasn't that good because I grew up in New Jersey. But maybe, you know, within 1 mile of here, there's 500,000 people, and there's probably 30 people that would want to go skateboarding right now.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah.
so that's why we're a New York company. We're a New York company because if this is an app that is tailored to the city, there's so many people around you, so many people that can see you're anyone, even if you're restricted to, let's say, a quarter mile. And you might discover that there's someone really close to you that you have like 20 mutual friends with, and they also want to go skateboarding. So there's someone that you would have never met through Facebook or through anything else, but it's someone that you share an interest with.
Very good. About, you know, a lot of people want to start an app. This is you're an inspiration to them. How do you register an app? Is there any costs? And, you know, a lot of people don't know, should they do Android or Apple Store first? Any advice?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is actually our second app. And it in terms of the cost, it's actually very cheap. So you just have to pay a $99 subscription to Apple Developer. And basically that lets you submit as many apps as you want. If the app is free, there's no extra cost to you. If it's a paid app, you get 70% of the revenue and Apple keeps 30%. And that subscription lasts 1 year. So every year you just pay $99 and you can renew that. And with that subscription, you also get support from Apple. So you can fill in support requests and people from Apple can directly answer you. So that's in case you run into bugs and things like that, because a lot of times when I code, I run into edge cases that you're not really going to find help on Stack Overflow, but you can actually get to talk to the direct person at Apple who coded that. And they're like, yeah, sure, like we are aware of this bug, but here's how to work around it.
And, you know, at the time, I mean, you're a developer. A lot of people try to maybe find a freelance developer overseas or maybe, you know, locally. How long does it take you to do the first live version of your app, do you think? Any estimate?
So we made this app in 3 months with basically no funding. So we're very scrappy about how we test our core hypotheses and how we test our market. I am generally opposed to hiring a freelancer, especially for apps. If your app is the main purpose of your business, you better have at least 50% of your founders be technical people, so they can develop this app properly in the right way. It's very easy to code these days, but it's very easy to make mistakes and code very inefficiently and code in a way that doesn't really enable future expansion and scaling. So I definitely recommend working with someone.
Getting a partner that's technical.
Exactly, absolutely. And I think there's definitely a value in having someone right next to you.
All right, thank you very much, Marinos. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, John.